The fortune is in follow-up. And I love that quote. I think I took it from someone, you know, so it was not something that I created, full disclosure. I stole it. But here's what you guys, you know, want to do every time you get a lead, or let's say you come across a lead from maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or 3 months ago, right? What you want to do is you want to implement this system right here. Okay, and what is a system? At the end, a system is something that is duplicatable. A system that's something that you can basically set and follow to get the really good results. And I love about this, and this is something that I've done in my first, I would say about 2 to 3 years working the online leads. Now, certain things I did not do initially. Like, for example, the video text, I didn't do the video text, but that's something you definitely want to do it as well, because I believe that video text is going to help you to get more people that are going to respond. So let's start, guys. So the first thing is, obviously, most of you here are generating leads. Most of you are getting leads pretty much on a daily basis, right? The first thing that you want to do is you want to call that lead immediately. Call that lead immediately. Okay, like for example, Kelly, you just mentioned right now, you got a lead, you call that lead, right? And the guy's like, whoa, that was fast. I didn't expect that, right? And then you're like, oh yeah, you know, of course I want to talk to somebody by the name of, what's his name? Wayne what?
Raymond Wheeler.
Raymond Wheeler, right. I'm going to speak somebody from Michigan, right?
Right.
So good conversation with Raymond. You almost kind of like you broke the ice, right? You broke a little like, hey, you know, why are you calling me? Like, that's kind of creepy, right?
Yes.
But you're making a kind of joke out of it. Like, boom, he tells you that he's planning to move here in about 5 to 6 months, right?
Yes.
So now he's going to remember you. You're going to remember him. You now have to follow up with him. And 5, 6 months from now, which is going to be July, August timeframe, you got a client for life.
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to call every single lead that comes in right away. Another reason you want to call them right away, guys, is because you're catching them in the act, right? So they're right there on the website. They're right there using their phone and scrolling down, right? They're using their laptop, they're using their computer, right? And you're catching them in the act. They're not busy doing something else. They're not busy cooking dinner, right? They're not watching TV. They may be watching TV, but what they're doing is they're going through the properties, okay? And when you call them right there, most likely there's a good chance that we'll have a conversation with you. They'll be talkative with you, unless, of course, they're in the middle of something else, like they're working, right? Or there's something else going on. So calling them immediately is probably one of the key things that you want to do. You want to implement in your routine. As soon as you get a lead, take that lead, have a conversation. Now, are you going to have a conversation with every single one of them? Absolutely not. I would bet to say that about 50% of them will either not answer, or they'll tell you, you know what, I'm busy right now, call me back. But you're going to have the other 50%, or even let's say 40%, or even 30%, or 20% that will find your phone call very appreciative, like Wayne did. Okay, so you call it immediately. If they don't answer, what you want to do is you want to call again. So if they don't answer, call second time right away. So 2 phone calls back to back. Who's here calling the brand new lead twice in a row? No one? I know Susan is calling that lead. Right, Susan?
I am.
Susan, I'm here. I'm here. Susan, I'm here. Not there, Susan. I'm here. Okay. All right. So what we want to do is we want to call the lead. By the way, there's going to be a little pop quiz at the end. There's going to be homework at the end. So you guys got to remember this. I'm not going to show these slides again. I'm going to test you on this. Okay. So happy Monday, everyone, by the way. Happy Monday. Did you see my quote this morning? No? Yes. Did you see my quote? Who saw my quote today?
50% of what was it?
50% of the success,
Yes, it's just
Okay.
showing up.
right, is just showing up, correct? The fact that you showed up to 9 o'clock to listen me, right there, it's 50% success, right there. Okay, so I know it's Monday. I know you guys all had a pretty good weekend. I know some of you partied and drinking and eating and had a wonderful time, but it's Monday, right? And 50% of your success is just show up. Just show up. You're showing up. We got Suzanne here, we got Ricardo here, we got Kelly here, we got Angela here, even though I cannot see Angela. I haven't seen Angela for a long time. And every time she's giving me the same excuse, her camera doesn't work. But hopefully one of these days I'll send you a nice camera. I see Samantha, good morning. I'm seeing Parker, Josh, and I'm seeing Martha. Look at that. I see everyone. It's a beautiful day outside, right? And this day today is an opportune time for us to make some what? Make some connections, build some relationships, help some money, help some people, and make some money. We make money. Why do we want to be rich, guys? What is the reason? What is the purpose? What is
So
the
we
purpose?
can live better. So we can live
Okay.
better.
Yes, you can live better, right?
Yeah.
The whole purpose of being rich is because then you do what you want to do, when you want to do it, who do you want to do it, and ultimately being rich, being wealthy, at the end of the day means you have freedom. You can do whatever frick you want to do. So this right here can make you very rich, because from my experience doing this 8 years, majority of my business, like clients, came from follow-up. I would say about 90% of them came from follow-up. I would probably put a wager on it and say, Alberto, majority of your clients, Alberto, came from follow-up, rigorous follow-up.
Absolutely.
Parker, majority of your business coming from follow-up. Martha, majority of your business come from follow-up. Follow-up.
Come on. Can my dad swing back to grab the cards? No.
Yep, we're gonna grab some cards. Okay. All right. So we call immediately. So you get a lead, you call immediately. If no answer, call again, second time. If no answer, what you want to do is you want to send a text. Ideally, and I think that's really going to be able to set you apart from many other agents. Many other agents will maybe probably send a text, send an email, maybe possibly leave a message. But if you can just create an evergreen video, literally a 10, 15, 20-second video, and it's in your phone, it's stored as one of your favorites, and you just text that video to them, man, I mean, your response rate are going to go through the roof. Especially if you're good looking, like Susan, Martha, Samantha, Kelly, Angela. I mean, we guys are like, nah, we're not doing that unless we put lots of makeup, you know. But ladies, my gosh, do a video or 2 or 3 like that. You send them every time, it works. Okay, so call immediately, no answer, call again, no answer, text, ideally video text. Simple, right? Simple. Now, you want to continue doing that. If they're not answering, and here's the kicker, there are going to be a lot of them that may not be answering right away. You got to follow this routine for 7 days. 7 days. Okay, 7 days, at least once every day, you call them, you text them, video text. But again, calling and texting probably would be the best way to go about it. You can also incorporate a video for 7 days. How many people,
The same lead?
beautiful people here, are actually doing this for 7 days straight?
You're talking about the same lead?
Yeah. Yeah, man. How often? See, for you guys, that's gonna be a game changer. You do this 7 days in a row. Here's what happens. They join your website. They're also probably joined. They have 2 or 3 other websites that they joined. And what do you think those websites are doing? Those websites are doing exactly the same thing that we're doing. Different flavor, but the same thing. Okay, so they're sending emails, they're sending text messages. You may have an agent, right, who's sending text messages and calling as well. There's a good chance of that. So what's going to separate you is your persistency, is your consistency. You got to have a system of place. So you do it 7 days in a row. Also, in addition to that, if you guys feel like this lead is fairly active, very active, right? And they're looking at these amazing properties and you know you can help them, right? What you want to do is on day 1 or 2, look them up on Facebook or Instagram, friend them, and then DM them.
Oh, damn. All right.
Why not? Another thing, and I used to do this, by the way, I used to do this. I didn't do this, but I used to do this. I used to have my assistant send out physical their actual addresses. If I find their actual address, I will send them a handwritten note with my business card. Now, this may be a challenge just because the fact that a lot of times they're going to be out of state, a lot of times you're not going to have their information. That's okay. But let's say you do have a conversation with them and you find out their information, like their physical address. And the way you do it is like, hey, by the way, is it okay for me just to send you my information? Yeah, absolutely. Great. What's your address? I would like to send you something in the mail. You send them a really nice written note, a business card, a thank you card in the mail. After 7 days of attempts, if there are no responses, follow up with them every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Okay.
Every 2 weeks.
What would you say
Yeah.
in the note? What do you usually put in that note?
In the notes, tell them like, you know what? Try to connect with them in the last 7 days. No response. During that time, keep in mind Alexa. If you're on Alexa system, Alexa is still working. Okay, you're also they're also going to get emails and text messages from our 6-month no contact email campaigns and text campaigns. So that's part of the process.